Hey, good morning, everyone. My name's Neil, and I want to welcome everyone to today's meditation practice. Is anyone here for the first time? Oh, fantastic. Great. Great newcomer crowd. Welcome. We have a few announcements before we get started, just to kind of some things that are coming up in very near future. If you haven't already silenced your phones, please do so at this time and put your phones away so you can be fully present for the talk and meditation. And if you must use your phone, please do so outside in the meditation hall. So tonight at 5 o'clock, we are having an honoring the anniversary of Parinirvana of Lama Je Tsongkhapa. The venerable monks will lead a Guru Puja Sak offering featuring an offering of fruits, cakes, and other baked goods and juices, as well as flowers and candles. And if you'd like to bring a personal offering, plan to arrive around 4:30 so it can be placed on the arrangement on the altar. So this week we invite you to join Geshe Phende for our weekly Medicine Buddha practice online at 6 p.m. on Tuesdays and in person. This week for our Tuesday evening public talk at 7 p.m., Geshe Phende will speak on past and future rebirth. Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m., the Drepung Loseling monks conduct evening prayers for His Holiness the Dalai Lama's long life and other teachers. On Thursdays at 4:30 p.m., the Drepung Loseling monks conduct the Protector Puja for smooth journeys, success of interviews and medical treatments, new businesses, etc. Our annual year-end retreat, also with Geshe Phende, will be held on freedom from the four attachments, an in-depth exploration of the obstacles to spiritual practice and the path to genuine freedom. This will be taking place from December 27th through the 30th, and it will consist of 3 sessions each day, and it's open to all and free to current members. Our popular 5-class foundation series, which is ideal for beginners, is taught by Geshe Phende, and begins January 10th via Zoom. This series will begin with an introduction to Buddhism and continue with retreats on 4 universal Buddhist meditation practices through May. This series is a prerequisite for the intermediate series and other retreats, and the intermediate series will probably follow in the summer. The center will be closed December 24th through January 1st, and all regular practices are canceled except for the year-end retreat, which runs from December 27th through the 30th. So please check the calendar for specifics. Okay, that's it for activities. As a reminder, please do not park on the grass along the driveway in the back behind the building. If the lot is full, overflow parking can be found via Skyland Drive at the John Lewis Elementary School, and you can access the center by walking through the parking lot from the school. So information on all of our events can be found in the lobby or on our website at drepung.org. If anyone is interested in volunteer opportunities or get more involved in supporting our center and programs, please see me or anyone with a name tag. If you're interested in becoming a member to support our ongoing programs and take advantage of benefits like discounts on courses and retreats, applications are available in the library, and you can also register online. There is a donation box near the entrance to this room. Your generous support helps us continue to offer programs and services like this to our Atlanta community and those around the world who are logging in online. So that's it. So now please stand as we invite our guest teacher, Geshe Phende, to come in for today's practice.
Okay, today we're going to meditate on self-compassion meditation. So before we start the meditation, I first wants to talk about this self-compassion meditation. How should we meditate on self-compassion? And the most important part is, what is the benefit of meditating on self-compassion, and how should we use this meditation in our day-to-day life? Because the purpose of our meditation here is, of course, is for happiness and peace, no doubt. But the important part is this meditation, how can that make you happy? How can it lead you happy life, right? That's important to know that. So therefore, when you meditate, any meditation when you do, first it's very important to know how should we do this? What is the purpose of doing this kind of meditation? Any different types of the meditation we do. So same in this self-compassion meditation is also the same reason. So the first, why we meditate on self-compassion, right? Because we want to live happy and peace. If this is the case, then how this self-compassion meditation brings you happy life, right? So in order to know that, first, what's meant by self-compassion? That's what that means. Because there's one thing we call self-centered, selfish mind, right? Then there's one called self-compassion. So selfish and the self-compassions are huge differences. Selfish mind, according to Buddhist psychology, this is the negative mind. Negative mind, which means this selfish mind or self-centered mind is the one who creates you suffering, who creates anger, attachment, jealousy, arrogance, many other destructive emotion. That's why it's called self-centered attitude is not good. So we need to get rid of that. But get rid of your self-centered attitude, that doesn't mean don't take care of oneself. That's why there's another hand called self-compassion. You should take care of yourself. So take care of yourself doesn't mean you should be very self-centered. You should be selfish mind. That's why there are many things looks very similar, but sometimes we do not know these things. So that's why we make lots of mistake. And that's why result ourselves, we suffer. So most of our suffering is caused by ourselves. But the majority of people, we do not know. We're thinking, I suffer because of you guys, because of somebody else. That's we always think. So we never think, oh, my suffering is come from myself. Reason is there are variety types of emotion, variety types of the mind. We do not know which kind of minds brings you happy, which kind of minds hurts you, suffering, creates suffering. We do not know that. That's why certain type of the mind who hurt us, who create us so much problem, but we do not know them. That's why we're utilizing this mind. We always experience, we always using these type of emotion. That's why result, it creates suffering toward oneself, towards one's own families. Therefore, in order to meditate self-compassion, it is very important to know, many different types of the variety types of the mind, the emotion which we have. We should understand which kind of emotion hurt us. The mind who creates suffering, who disturbs your inner peace, those type of the mind we call destructive mind, negative mind, mental afflictions. There are certain type of the mind, when you utilize, it gives you very calm, peace, inner joy, inner pleasures. Those type of the mind which you call virtuous mind, you need to adopt them. You need to utilize them. You need to familiarize with this emotion. And when you do that way, your day-to-day life, it will be changed. So that is why the self-compassion meditator, you have to be mental smart. You have to be smart in your psychology, mind, not only materialistic. Materialistic sometimes very smart, but we do not know inner world, inner mind. We do not know inner emotion. That's why even material you may success, but success material life doesn't mean it gives you fulfill of your life. It doesn't mean makes your life full of happy and pleasure. That doesn't mean that. There are the people who lives externally, very good external life, material life, very successful. But their own inner life always remain with depression, stress, fear, worry constantly, right? Even sometimes cannot sleep well. So that's the mental problems. So when the person's mental something wrong, disturbed, then externally how beautiful it is doesn't matter. It not gives you real happy life. Real happy lives, it comes with each individual's mental experience. So when your mind is experienced full of joy, pleasure, happy, even externally there's so much challenge, but it's not that much disturbs you. You can still remain happy. Even there's so much things external you need to deal, so much challenge, but as long as when your mind is really calm, really peaceful, you are really happy, joy. So when your mind is really disturbed, then external alone, it's not gives you real peaceful life. That's why taking care of oneself, it's not only about material, it's also very much about take care of your mind. So your mind, you are the only the person can able to take care. Nobody will do anything for your mind. Physical things, when you have a problem, people can help you, go to the hospital or doctor, they can fix you. But the mental thing, it's you have to do something, right? If you don't do yourself mentally, external alone will not going to helpful that much. So therefore, taking care of oneself means self-compassion, means take care of oneself. It's if you really sincerely wants to live happy life, then you need to take care. Happiness and suffering is your mental experience. It's not only external things, mental experience. When your mind is full of joy, pleasure, you are happy. When your mind is really disturbed, then externally, it doesn't matter how beautiful it is, you still suffer. Right? Therefore, happiness which we always wanted, the suffering we always do not want it, but that happiness and suffering arises within your mind. It's not only external things. So this mental happiness, who will disturb your mental happiness, your mental peace? Of course, external things around there, these are just as a condition. But directly, who can disturb your mind? Your own destructive emotions. Your mental afflictions are the one directly disturbs your mind. So your destructive emotions are the most danger. Your real enemy who destroy your happiness is your destructive emotions. So therefore we should really understand who is our real enemy. It's not only external thing. Its enemies is within you. Your anger, your hatred, your greed, your arrogance, right? Your jealousy. Now all of these, the emotions called destructive emotion, these are our enemy, because these emotions are directly hurts you, harms you, disturbs you. When you are very into, like for instance, if you have a nice party, you're very enjoying this party. As soon as when the anger arises, at that moment, soon as when your anger arises, your peace, happiness, it's gone. It's finished. No more there. So who eat your happiness, inner peace? Your anger, your hatreds. And it comes everywhere, right? Wherever you go, it can come. External enemy, you can put security, you can put all kinds of things, they can help you. But this inner enemy, nobody. You can put hundreds of security around there, nobody can stop your anger, right? Nobody can able to stop. This is the internal thing. It can come everywhere. You go to the bathroom, it can come in your bathroom, right? You go to your bedroom, it can come in your bedroom. What they do, as soon as this emotion arises, it will disturb your sleeping, cannot sleep well, so all kind of other problems will start it. So these destructive emotions are very dangerous, but we do not know these things. We are scared about the external enemy. But the real danger is your internal enemies are the most danger, and it comes everywhere. So therefore, we should be aware our inner world. We should be aware our inner peace and happiness. Then, when you put your effort on your inner world, then your life will definitely change. Definitely. Even externally, not that much. When you change your mind, everything will be changed. You're seeing the world will be changed. So it's like a glasses. You wear the sunglasses, right? You look, wherever you look, you see some kind of dark color. Brown glasses, you see everything's brown. Doesn't matter how much white painting you put there, you don't see the white. Brown, that glasses, right? Similarly, if you wear anger glasses, then wherever you look, problem. They always see some negative, right? Because of that anger. So that when the person, when your anger arises, out of anger, when you look at, you're projecting everything there, something negative. So if they have 1% negative there, your anger can project 90%, much worse. So your mental projections. So it's very important to know our mental, how powerful they are. So where you project everything's negative, result, you see negative, you feel negative, and because of that, you always feel fear, worry, stress, all kind of mental pains constantly. Even external thing is not that much bad, because the mind is so negative, therefore the person always feels something bad, something negative. Therefore cleansing one's own mind is really, really important in order to live happy life. And your negative mind, you are the only the person can clean. Nobody will clean for you. Your room, you can pay money for somebody to clean. They can clean for you. But the mental, nobody there. Nobody. As a Buddhist monk, even Buddha cannot able to clean my negative mind. Right? If he able to do, it's very simple. Why not he's doing? Clean all our anger. There's no war. Right? There's no problems. A human being can live very happy life. So nobody. Sometimes we believe many things, then sometimes we go too much beyond the reality. Then believing sometimes, it's not realistically, it's not going to work. So we have to go with the reality. The thing is, it's absolutely self-responsibility. As long as too much anger, too much attachment, remain with too much greed, too much arrogance, result, you will suffer. Not only you, the family who lives with you. Remain with, always be very compassionate, warm-heartedness, love, patience, tolerance. Remain with these positive minds. Not only makes you happy, the people who lives with you, they also feel joy, harmony, in a relationship. Everything will be changed. So, their simple cup of coffee, drink with anger. Their simple cup of the coffee, drink with love. You can see how different these two are. External coffee is same coffee. But the mind, because finally when you say, I'm happy, I'm suffering, it's not only there, it's the mind. So when that mind is going wrong, then you feel suffering. So when that mind is very positive, external thing, even the same thing there, because of your mind is looking different way, positive way, when you encounter with this object, gives you tremendous joy. Out of negative, when you use that same object, it hurts you. It makes you suffering. It's mainly the perception. The mind is something wrong there. So, but unfortunately, majority, we are not that much aware our emotion. We are not that much aware about our mind. We are very much emphasized on external material, and that is why we are always thinking happiness or suffering is only from outside there. We never think it comes from inner there. So therefore, first we have to be kind of the research and experiment. You should be research these things. And one of our problem, even in the world, like big cities, people who live in the big cities, like one big building, for instance. There are thousands of people live in this big building. Some of those people in there, living in thousands of people together, they still feel suffering of loneliness, right? They have this suffering. In this building, there are thousands of people live there. Somehow that person still feels suffering of loneliness. There are the people who live in a very rural area, nothing there, maybe only wild animals around there. Those people physically solitary. They live in solitary life. They never experience suffering of loneliness. The people who live with so many people, they experience suffering of loneliness. So suffering of loneliness is not about external, live with the people or not. It's the mental things. Mental things. So when the mind's going wrong, even you live with a huge big family, you still feel suffering of lonely. If your mind is really connected with entire beings, feel love to every beings, feel compassion to all beings, physically you stay solitary. But mentally, you never ever feel suffering of loneliness. Your mind is always connected with the others. So that's how we should understanding. There are many issues, the problem we thinking our society is something problem, or our family, or there's too much drama. We always think that way. But of course, these are just as a condition. but mainly something in your mind. You may holding too much jealousy, too much competition, too much anger, too much selfish, too much arrogance. These emotions hurts you, disturbs you, right? So that is why in order to live happy in peace, we are not only looking external thing, we also look internal things. I need to overcome my destructive emotions. That kind of knowledge. First, you need to know, you need to understand. Your anger is the one who hurts you. Your attachment, your greeds, your arrogance, these are the one who creates you stress, fear, worries. For instance, just give you one example, like a fear. We have the majority people may have this kind of suffering of fear, worries, right? So fear, worry, all of this, where they're coming from. External things there, but the internal one of the causes is too much attachment, too much greeds. That's why fear. When you're so much attached to your fame and reputation, you always have fear or somebody will create rumors or put in something bad things into social media. So you have fear about this because you're attached to your reputation. If you do not have any attached to your reputation, even somebody tells you you are a dog, you are crazy, or you are Buddha, it doesn't matter, right? You're not becoming that. But things when they say, you have fear because you attach to your reputation. That's why it creates your fear. So when you keep up your attachment to your fame, to your reputation, then when you go to the social, in in the public, it doesn't matter that much. Mentally, very freedom. Too much attachment, too much greed, too much arrogance, then put you prison. Worry, or maybe these people may think that way, these people may think that way. You cannot control others' mind, they can think anything, right? So they think that way, why you have worry about that? Whatever they think it's not going to affect you. Why you worry? Because of you attach to your fame. That's why worries create these things. So all of this mental we have constantly, stress, depression. Sometimes we have very high expectation. Living in the society, then also too much problems. So live with a very high expectation, then always a problem. Keep your low expectation, keeps you tremendous joy. Give you one example. If you never expect your wife or your husband will make you coffee, right? Never expect that way. One morning, maybe your husband makes you coffee. Even that coffee is not that much good, right? Just give you one coffee, how much you feel joy? Because you never expect it, right? You feel tremendous joy. Just give you coffee. Even taste is not good, doesn't matter. Give you the joy. You already have high expectation. Always have to be nice coffee, delicious, or blah, blah, blah. High expectation. Then somebody, when they give you coffee not that much good, then what? You feel angry, right? So you stay in the breakfast in the morning in your bed. Your husband or your wife just bring you coffee or something in your bed. You already have expectation. Oh, there's high expectation. Yes, you have to bring. You have to bring. Then today, coffee is not good, not tasty. What? Not joy, you're angry. You may going to shout it, right? That when you act, you shout it, what the reaction? What is the result? Consequences. Next time, no coffee. That's all. Now you have to go yourself to make coffee yourself. That's how many things change. All of this, why they're coming this? Expectation. And expectations come from attachments. So if you know how to work with your emotion, when you suppress this emotion, even just simple same lifestyle you live, just changing your mind is change everything. Everything will be changed. Even just simple coffee makes you tremendous happy. And that happiness lived with the 1 day, 2 days, weeks, and years brings lots of what you call a joy, pleasure, harmony within your family. Just changing your mind. Otherwise, mind is too much attached, too much greed. Just beautiful flower, just give 1 time, 2 times, just for a few seconds. Oh, happy because bring me beautiful flower. After a few minutes, finish. It'll not remain there. Physical, material things, no guarantee, right? Sometimes maybe your wife is, or somebody very angry, then you try to buy beautiful flower, give her or him. If they're too much angry that flower not makes happy, right? She may chop it, throw it out, maybe shout it back. It's not going to change that. Mind is there. So we should always think, how should yourself always use that way, how should keep my mind remain without those destructive emotions? How should I help to my family also help to remain less destructive emotion? When you focus on these things, your relationship, your lifestyle, many things will be changed. That's called self-compassion. So what's that mean? That means through understanding the disadvantages of your destructive emotion, then you feel, I really wish to change my destructive emotion. I wish to reduce them. I wish to free from this destructive emotion. That kind of wish, that kind of desire is called self-compassion, right? So when you have that desire, really wish to change this destructive emotion, that wish helps to change your destructive emotion. If you do not have any desire to change your negative emotion, of course your negative emotion never change. You have to change them. In order to change them, you have to have wish to change them. Right? If you do not have desire to change them, how can your anger will change? It never change. If you not change them, they themselves never change. So in order to change them, you have to have desire, wish to change, wish to suppress them through understanding of all these disadvantages of your destructive emotion. So that's called self-compassion. So when you have this self-compassion, you're becoming aware your emotion. You become very sensitive on this emotion. When you go into public place, when you see, when you think, any destructive emotion arises. For instance, you are in public place, you see somebody, they're shouting. As soon as when you see that behave, when you feel anger, you instantly know, oh, I feel angry now. Or that anger is not good. Knowing you feel angry, knowing your anger is not good, even that knowledge will help to suppress your anger, not take over you. Majority of people, we do not know we are angry. Even they know they're angry, they don't care. They don't care. That's why anger take over you. So when the anger take over, you become slave of your anger. The result of the anger is suffering. Create problem, destroy your peace, destroy your harmony, right? Destroy your relationship. That's, you become victim of this. Therefore, self-compassion will not antidote to your anger directly, but it tremendous helps you to stay away with this emotion. Even this emotion arises there, you can see, but it's not take over you. It's still there, but it's not taking over me. Right? That's how self-compassion protect oneself from these emotions. Therefore, it is very, very important to generate this kind of self-compassion. So when you have that, your self-compassion will protect you from all this drama, right? All these problems. Therefore, we today meditate on self-compassion. Right? That's the reason why we meditate on self-compassion. So its best thing is you have to create protection by yourself. You can protect by yourself. And this is absolutely self-responsibility. So that's a more realistic way to deal with your problems. Okay, now actual meditation is when I'm going to guide the meditation here. So it is very, very important, each of us, I myself think about my destructive emotion, right? You yourself think about your destructive emotion, your behave. Don't think about somebody else, right? For instance, when I say anger, as soon as I say, oh yes, our boss is very angry. But so as you think about that, then it's not going to work. You are not capable. You are not, qualified to do self-compassion meditation because it's not benefit to you. It's not about other people. Other people, their responsibility. What you can do, you can control your emotion. So anger, attachment, anything you hear, apply to yourself. And don't need to hate oneself. Knowing these emotion, it's you say, oh, I'm really fortunate. Now I'm realizing, the problem coming from my emotion. Therefore, I really put my effort to reduce them, to change them, right? To suppress them. So that's how you should, what you call, encourage. So during this meditation, look only to yourself. Don't apply to other people. Now then, first when I use this singing bowl, right? So as soon as when you hear the sound of the singing bowl, what you need, you fully concentrate on the sound, right? After sound completely disappeared, for a few seconds, just keep your mind like empty, like a space. Not think about anything, just like a space for a few seconds. Then slowly your mind should be aware your breath. When you inhale, say, oh, now I'm inhaling. When you exhale, say, I'm exhaling. So keep your mind just on present moment of your breath. In, out, your mind always remain on that present for a few rounds of breath. So when these things, when you're done, your mind becomes a little bit calmer. Then you should able to look your inner pains, then inner emotions, then through that we meditate on self-compassion. So I'm going to guide, step by step. So when you're doing the meditation, they are actually called 7 physical posture in the Buddhist tradition. Among the 7 posture, main important part is your spine, backbone should be kept very straight. But the rest of the body, relax, not hold tight. Just relax, comfortable, keeping your spine very straight. And that posture is most important posture among the 7 physical posture. Okay, now we're going to start. When the sound disappeared completely, just few seconds, keep your mind like a space, not engaged to any external objects. Now slowly you should focus on your breath. When you inhale, you should be aware, fully aware you are inhaling. Same when you exhale. Inhaling with the mindful, exhaling with the mindful. Keep your mind calm and remain on present moment of your breath. Slowly, when your mind is calmed down, now you should recognize if you have depressions or stress, anxiety, any types of fear, worry, so any mental pains and sufferings you have, some of those pains and sufferings may often you experience. Some of those pains may be just once at times. Some of them are very heavy, very deep. Some of those mental pains may be light. So there are variety types of the mental pains and sufferings you have. Should recognize all of them. So all those mental pains and sufferings you've been experiencing in the past, where they're coming from, why you're experiencing these pains. Question oneself. Of course, the external conditions, families, business, and so forth. But these are not only the causes. But the main causes is within your minds, like anger. Recognize how often you feel anger, hatreds. When you're in home, when you drives, when you're in office, when you're with other people. Don't look to other people, just look yourself and recognize how often you use this emotion. And how often you feel jealous to other people. Recognize your attachments. There's so many attached to oneself, attached to money, attached to reputations, fames, power, and all those materials, arrogance, self-centered. So look, all these destructive emotions. And some of those emotions are very heavy, deep there. Because of these destructive emotions, how much it affects your physical behavior, how often you're showing wrathful face, violence, how often you use harsh word, telling lie, gossiping, complaining them, criticizing them, accusing them. So look, all those behave with your families, with other people. So all those violent, negative behaviors and actions. Because of using those negative behaviors, how much it destroys your relationships, your friendships, your dignities, your values, your reputations, fames, everything. Because of that, how often you experience suffering of loneliness, suffering of guilty, through that all those mental sufferings. Now, all these sufferings you have right now, but the good thing is all of these sufferings are changeable, curable. So you don't need to feel hopeless. How heavy suffering you have, how bad it is changeable, curable. So you should build inner hope, encourage, but it is also self-responsibility. You have to change, not somebody else. So take sense of self-responsibility, and through that you should generate strong desire from deep of your heart, wish to change all these destructive emotions you have right now. Through that wish to free from all those mental pains and sufferings. It's called the self-compassion. So meditate on self-compassion. It's not just visualize, not just only think. Make sure from your heart you feel, wish to reduce all these negative thoughts you have right now, all those negative emotions you have, mental afflictions, wish to reduce them, wish to change them, suppress them, wish to free from them. And we all have equal power to change all of these emotions. Same potential. Everybody has same potential to overcome your negative emotions. All these negative thoughts, emotions you have is separable. They are not permanent. It can reduce, it can change, it can finally completely eliminate. Through that you should generate wish to free from them, wish to stop them, meditate on self-compassion. So when you really feel from your heart wish to change all your negative thoughts, emotions, all your bad behavior and habits you have, through that all your sufferings, don't look to other people, just look yourself and make sure from deep of your heart you really feel wish to change all your negative thoughts, emotions you have, all those bad behavior and habits, through that all your mental sufferings. Now specific, you should focus on your mental pain you have right now, either depression, stress, fear, worry, loneliness, whatever you have mental pain, specifically focus on those mental pain and generate strong desire, wish to change them, wish to free from them, wish to completely eliminate them, and determine yourself, I will going to stop them. Out of that strong determination, you should visualize those mental pains, specific stress, fear, worry, anxiety, loneliness, and so forth. Visualize them as a form of smoke in your heart. All those mental pain you have right now, certain type of the mental pain you may often be experiencing, visualize all of them as a form of smoke in your heart. And then when you exhale, you should release those smokes with your breath. Wish to free from all those pain and determine yourself, I will going to eliminate all of them out of that strong determination. Take a deep breath and release them. Let them go. Once again, take a deep breath and let them go. Once again, take a deep breath and release them. All of those mental pains are finally completely purified. Now one of the causes of those mental pains is your behaves. So all your negative behaves, habits, the violent behaving habits you have, seeing them as the causes of sufferings, create you suffering. And through that generate strong desire, wish to stop them, and determine yourself, I will going to stop. I will never ever going to use this. Out of that determination, all your bad behavior and habits you have, visualize them as a form of smoke in your heart, Then when you exhale, you should release them with your breath. Take a deep breath and release them. So again, take a deep breath, release them. Take a deep breath and release them. Visualize all your bad behavior and habits are completely purified. Not only you have all this destructive emotion, negative thoughts. Seeing all those negative thoughts, you have destructive emotions, mental afflictions, are the fundamental causes of your sufferings. Generally, all of them, specific certain type of emotion you may often be utilizing, seeing them as the causes of sufferings. And generate strong desire, wish to reduce them, suppress them, finally completely eliminate them. And determine yourself, I will definitely reduce them, suppress them, and completely eliminate them. So all your destructive emotions and negative thoughts you have right now, visualize them as a form of smoke in your heart. Out of strong determination, when you exhale, you should release those smokes with your breath. Take a deep breath and release them. Take a deep breath and release them. Take a deep breath and release them. Still, if you see any negative thoughts, emotions, afflictions, again, visualize them as a form of smoke in your heart and take a deep breath and release them. Finally, you should visualize all of these negative thoughts, emotions are completely purified. Now your mind remain very pure, really clean, without any negative thoughts. And that pure, clean mind, you should feel it, just remain with that. Feel the calmness, feel the joy, the pleasure. So this is called the self-compassion meditation. It's powerful if you do every day, even 3 minutes, So when you come back from your job, the things you see, something negative things or bothers your mind or something negative, you just sit in your chair or couch, wherever, right? Just for 3-5 minutes. And all these negative thoughts recognize, and then when you exhale, visualize as a form of smoke, let them go. Clean it. So do it again for 3 minutes, and even 5 minutes like that, really helps you. So otherwise, if you don't clean them, these thoughts there, right, these negative thoughts remain with you. And it constantly bothers you, even during the eating, when you go to the bed, it just brings you message constantly. That disturbs your sleeping, everything's. So as soon as when you see these things, as soon as when you know thoughts this, do this meditation, clean it. So when you do it again, these thoughts remain very weak, not strong. Otherwise, if you stay with them, if you're utilizing, thinking, this becoming more stronger. And the result of that, it bothers you, disturbs you. It's nothing to do anything else. It disturbs you constantly, right? So the very smart people, maybe for instance in the office, somebody will shout it to you, right? So you come back to your home, you feel very angry to him. So you feeling anger to that person, for that person doesn't matter. It's not going to be affect anything. He or she, whatever they do. But the anger is here, right? It's in your body. What they're going to do? It burns you, disturbs you constantly. So holding anger towards other people, result, it hurts you, suffer, makes you sufferings. So for them, it doesn't matter. So if you feel love to that person, same, for that person doesn't matter. But for you, gives you so much joy, right? That's why these emotions are very dangerous. Therefore, this self-compassion meditation, maybe before you go to bed, maybe only 3 minutes if you do it, or before you go to the work, morning, maybe 3 minutes if you do it constantly, really change. It's not going to change at the moment. Slowly, if you do every day, weeks, months, years, you're becoming very aware about your emotions. So anytime these negative thoughts comes, you're aware. You know that. So you're not welcoming this. So this will not able to take over you. So therefore, self-compassion meditations helps you to becoming more aware about your emotion, helps you not use oftenly this emotion, helps you whenever this destructive emotion arises, you instantly you're recognizing them. So it helps you protect, not take over by this emotion. So that's the benefit of meditating on self-compassion. Then finally, of course, remain less destructive emotion not only makes you happy, the family members who lives with you, they really feel happy, right? When you come back to your home from your office, your partner, your husband or wife or whoever your partner, when they're smiling, seeing the smile face, you feel also joy, right? When you see the scary face, the very violent face, just seeing that makes you scared, not talk, stay away with them. It's very different. So this is just here. Change that emotion. It's absolutely change your relationships and your inner environment will be changed. That's why this self-compassion meditation is really, really powerful. And in order to doing this kind of meditation, you don't need to belong to any religious faith or something. You don't need to believe anything. Even you're not believing Buddha, anything, same, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Point is, you need to change your emotion, because your destructive emotion hurts you, right? Believing whatever things, that's on your belief things. It's not big deal. Problem is here, destructive emotion. That's the hurts you. Not only hurts you, it hurts to your family and society, everywhere. Therefore, this kind of meditation you do every day, it makes you becoming much calmer, peaceful mind. Peaceful mind, what that mean? Peaceful mind doesn't mean I take some drugs and it makes my mind a little bit crazy. Peaceful, it's not about that. Peaceful mind, which means minds remain without destructive emotion. If your mind is remain without destructive thoughts, it's very active, very smart, but no destructive emotions there, that mind's very pure and clean, right? Very And the person who live with this mind, so much joy they have. The joy which comes from deep of your heart. Feel that way. So therefore, peaceful mind, right? Peaceful mind is the mind without negative thoughts, negative emotion. So this meditation will help to lead your mind more peaceful, right? So therefore, it's very important to do constantly every day. It's very important. Okay, thank you. Thank you.